Hello, gentle viewer. This is Indian, welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 21 with the Boston Red Sox. It's 1916. I've got a couple people that cleared waivers, it looks like, so to AAA you both go. And we're hoping for a better result than last season. I mean, okay, to a certain extent. We're hoping for a better result. I mean, if we take a quick look at Boston, we've literally won 80 games the past 2 seasons in a row, but we just got an angry email from our owner. He's unhappy with my performance. Bro, you want to go ahead and fire me? Go ahead and fire me. I don't even care at this point. I'm sick of being in the fucking American League and having the Yankees win the damn pennant every year. With nothing I can do about it. You would be doing me a kindness, sir. I take it back. There was that one year the Senators won the pennant, but yeah. Alright, pitching staff is set. No, it's not. What the... Huh? Oh, right. We had initially left an open spot because we thought he might be back sooner. So we're just going to do one of these, one of these, one of these, and we're going to go ahead and let Stan Kovaleski be the 4th starter. There we go. Problem solved. We're going to do on occasion highest rested. I think that is reasonable. Lineups, let's go ahead and... Wait, what? Did I set this lineup? I don't think I did. Did I? No, I'm almost positive that I didn't, because it wouldn't have taken a player like Vic Sayer and hit him lead off. That's such a waste of his power. No, this can't have been my lineup. This had to be the one I had at spring training. I'm fine with the pitching staff staying as it was, by the way. No issues with that whatsoever, but yeah, the lineup needs to be fixed. Alright, so let's do that real quick, like. Carl Cashin, you're a decent power hitter. I'm okay with you pinch hitting. Urban Shocker, absolutely not. I do not want Mr. My contact is fucking 12 to be a two-way player. No. That guy's gonna hit like 100 as his batting average. You can get a new job with someone else if that's what you're going for. All right. So this is gonna be terrible. Who the hell is Jack Smith? Oh, I drafted you last season. Okay. Wow. I'm so sorry, my guy. It seems like it's been a long time since I've played this. It hasn't been. Like, I just played this just last week, but normally I do my Monday video, like, the same time I do my Friday video for the next week, and I just haven't done that yet, so. Alright. I don't like your batting eyes necessarily. But what we're gonna do is this: we're gonna have Jack Smith hit cleanup or hit leadoff. Sam Rice is gonna hit second. My number 3 hitter is gonna be Heine Zimmerman. I do remember trading for him. I remember giving up a fair bit for him, but nothing too horrible. Alright. So this is our top 3 hitters. Zach Wheat, I think, is going to hit cleanup because he still has power, even if the rest of his game is lacking a bit. Vic Sayer is going to bat 5th. And then I need 3rd short and 2nd. Good old Charlie Deal is going to bat 6th. Oh, I forgot about Ray Schalk. I'm more than happy to have Schalk bat 6th instead of Deal. And last but certainly not least, we need our shortstop to play. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to go ahead and start Everett Scott. I'm going to let him play every day. No. Like, let's look at their hitting ability. Scott is a much better hitter than Tinker. And everything but raw power. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and hit Scott 8th. Somebody recommended trading Joe Tinker for a starter. I don't necessarily disagree with that. Can I get a quality starter from Mr. Tinker? I don't care what their income level is. If I can get a really good starter from him, I might trade him. Bob Groom is fine. But he's not really Joe Tinker fine. Pete Schneider's too raw. Dana Fillingham? Like, he's pretty far away from the majors in all honesty, but if he gets there, I think he'll be a good one. Give me Rogers Hornsby. Damn it. I think I tried that last time and it didn't work. Oh well. Can I get Dazzy Vance too? Can I just get really picky? No. You know what? Look, I'm just going to go ahead and pull the trigger. It's going to piss the fans off, but they'll get over it. Because I'm just not going to waste a player like that on that. I'd have to put him on the 40-man, but I got plenty of 40-man spots. Oh, you're going to AAA, my guy. You are not going to be pitching in the majors just yet. All right. And then I do need to call up a middle infielder. Let's check the waiver wire. Eddie Zimmerman plays 3rd and short. Joe Cassidy plays 3rd and short. He's a better fielder, even if he's a worse hitter. Marty Berghammer is trash tier. Jim Galloway's not terrible. Milt Reed is acceptable, I suppose. Like, I know I'm getting this player for free, so I'm not going to be too picky about it. I think we'll go ahead and claim Joe Cassidy. And let's also go ahead and claim Marty Berghammer. That'll get us a couple of decent backups, because I don't think we have a good backup second baseman, do we? No, it's really or is all we've got. So yeah, this is fine. And let me put you on the 40-man. Perfect. Okay. So we put in a claim for another player. If we don't get him, then we'll evaluate. Brilliant. And put him on the active roster. And then we'll go ahead and build our depth chart. Copy. Copy. Paste. Paste. I did want to check and see if Jack Smith had a lot of problems hitting lefties. No, he's not as good, but he's still a very capable contact hitter, so I'm more than pleased to leave him at the top of the lineup. Nice. Urban Shocker and Stan Kovaleski having amazing seasons. Who is... Oh, that's my guy. It's like, who the hell is Heine Zimmerman? Oh, yeah. That guy. All right, let's send him another month ahead. Player development. A few players got worse. A couple players got better. I don't like Vic Serra losing power. He doesn't have enough to lose, but whatever. All looks good. Alright, so how's the season going so far? Jack Smith is a tiny bit disappointing, but the rest of the offense is actually hitting very effectively. Getting overall back is going to help a lot. Like, a lot. To the point where I'll probably actually send Eddie Scott to the minors. I mean, it does look like he's suffering a bit because of defense. Is my defense that bad? No, my defense is actually excellent. Yeah, it might just be Sakat having a bad season so far. But yeah, as soon as overall is healthy, I'll probably have him rehab, and then I'll probably call him up. What is your deal, Jack Smith? Am I just putting too much pressure on you as a rookie? Maybe. But I really don't want to mess with what seems to be working-ish so far. I'll tell you what I will do. I will go ahead and swap Deal and Sayer. Oh, you know what Sayer's deal is? I think he doesn't hit lefties. No, actually, it's lefties okay. Just having a bit of a bad start to the season. We're going to get this guy who's hitting a little bit hotter right now, a little bit more time in the lineup. And then we're just gonna... Okay, or overall can take that spot. That's fine. We're just gonna do this, and that'll be that. Okay. Let's keep going. He is worried, gasp. Top 100 prospects. I don't have any, I think, because they've all graduated. Let's go ahead and lock up the minor league personnel. I'm going to go ahead and keep my scouting director. I think we've done a good job so far. Pitching coach, I'm kind of inclined to give Sam Weaver a shot. Like, he's just not as good as Crowell. Like, he's better than Crowell, so I think that's what we'll probably do. If I go up to the big league club, I don't have any power pitchers, but I could. I could try to get some. Yeah, Zach Wheat is really badly declining. I don't know what his deal is, but that is a concern. That's a big concern. Who from the Red Sox is going to be an all-star? My reliever, my second baseman, and literally nobody else. Really? I mean, we are in first place. How do I only have 2 all-stars? I mean, you can look at the team and say, yeah, maybe the rest of them don't deserve it. Which is fair. But I think at least Stan Kovaleski could crack the roster, right? He's having a hell of a year. Well. Anyway. Let's go and sim up to the trading deadline. Urban Shocker can come back. That's lovely news. Urban, I'm going to go ahead and have you rehab. I don't want to rush you back. Plus a roster expansion in a few days, which is really what I'm worried about. Though I'm not wasting a 40-man spot. Now the question is, who do I pull out of the rotation? And I gotta tell you, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, it seems like Scott would be the obvious choice, right? His FIP suggests he should be a better pitcher than he is. He's keeping the ball on the ground. He's not allowing homers. He's barely walking anyone. He's just getting hit. I've got to tell you, I think Shocker is just a better pitcher than Sakat. So I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. Because here's the thing. Eddie Sakat has been solid for multiple seasons. But he's never really been exceptional. He's just been solid. I mean, okay, the guy's won a couple of Gold Gloves. Good for him. I really couldn't care less about that. And I've got enough interesting pitchers in the minor leagues, like a Jesse Barnes, for instance. Like Dana Fillingham. Like a couple of other players that I'm not really worried about that. So if I could take Sakat and acquire a couple of hitters, I think we'd be doing the team a world of good. And then I can have Urban Shocker go ahead and be the additional starting pitcher. The alternative for Sakat is to make him the prototypical mega reliever. And I think that's an interesting way to use him. But we're also not really in any kind of trouble with relief pitching. We're doing just fine. So I'm going to go ahead and trade Sakat, and I'm just going to ask for prospects, and we're going to see what comes back to us. Alright, it is mostly garbage. Is Schultz getting on base at a 350 clip or above? Not quite, but his on base rate is almost 100 points better. And he's still a tremendous fielding catcher, right? So I don't hesitate to leave him in the lineup. Everett Scott, you're a defense first shortstop. You're not hitting great, but you'll probably hit better over time. It wasn't that long ago that Vic Serra was one of the best players in the major leagues. And his isolated power is actually fairly impressive. Like, I bet if we sort by batting statistics, where is it? I bet if we sort by isolated power, he's going to be at the top of the Red Sox among the starters. Yeah. And it's not particularly close. Like, no one else is hitting for as much raw power as he is. And the reason he looks really bad is because he's only hitting 223. So all this is to say, it's not the most productive decision to give up on him yet. And I'm not getting much for Eddie Sakat in terms of prospects. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I would like to look at batters, and I will consider virtually any position if it gets me a great hitter. Bill Hinchman, absolutely not. Really? What if I just look at prospects again? And we'll just look at batters because I don't particularly care about pitching. Prospects, I've got several. There's a bunch of catchers it looks like that people would like to get rid of. Billings can't hit. Adams can't hit. Roche can't hit. Haley can't hit. And I'm also getting some relief pitcher options here. I remember Sad Sam Jones. I don't actually remember him, okay? I don't actually remember him. But I remember the name. Yeah, this really doesn't do it for me. Slim Love, Leon Cadore, nope. Like, I don't want to give him away for nothing, but right now nothing I'm looking at really interests me. Like, I would much rather just convert Sakat to a reliever. than give him away for nothing. Ouch. Alright. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put Shocker in the rotation. And I'm going to make you a middle reliever. And I'm going to set you at use more often. I'm actually going to formally transform you into a reliever. Yeah, look at this. His stuff goes through the roof as a reliever. And if I can get him to give me like 100 innings of relief a season, I think he's going to be special. So I'm very fine with this and how it's working out. We'll try to be pioneers. A trade proposal. You're going to give me a bad reliever for half of my farm system. I don't know why anyone thinks I would ever accept that. Or another one of my relievers could get hurt, and then Eddie Sakat gets his rotation spot right back. I mean, I could promote a guy like Jesse Barnes, who, to be frank, has probably earned it. But I've got a bunch of, like, reliever types. Or starter types. I'd rather have a guy like Oldham who can just be a middle reliever. But if I do have another injury to a pitcher, I'll probably activate one of these guys that's already on my roster. Damn, that's a huge piece of dead skin. Okay. Alright, friends. Let's double check. Is there anyone we could trade for to significantly improve our chances of succeeding in the playoffs? Or making the playoffs. I shouldn't get ahead of myself. I keep coming back to Zach Wheat, guys. This is the second season in a row he has in it for contact. It's the second season in a row that he's gone from being one of the best hitters in the majors to merely an average one. Yeah, sir, if you hit 260, you'd be one of the best hitters in the majors, but you're not hitting 260, which is your issue. Man, Zach. You're trending in the wrong direction at the wrong age, my friend. You're trending the wrong direction at the wrong age. What's on the trade block? For a really great outfielder, I actually would consider it. Now, these are mostly hitters that are kind of okay. They're not exceptional ones. Is he from Manaway? No, he's from Lima. Okay. What is your major malfunction, Zach Wheat? Why are you so disappointing all of a sudden? You don't like hitting against lefties? Let's check that out and make sure that's not the issue. No, sorry, I just wanted basic batting. And I wanted to look versus righties. You're hitting better. Interesting. Until this season, you average about a 200, 150 to 200 bats against lefties, and you generally hit them pretty well. This season, they're eating your lunch. If I look versus righties, you're actually better than ever compared to the last 2 seasons. Do I just need to platoon you? Is that the solution to my Zach Wheat problem? Because I got players like Dalton who can hit right-handed and play a fairly reasonable left field, although he's actually hitting even worse this season. Can I trade Jack Dalton and get a new outfielder out of curiosity? Because for a really good right-handed hitting outfielder, I would pull the trigger. Heine Heimmuller, I love your name, but no. Hugh Hyde, that's what it'd have to be to make that trade. A player like a Clyde Angle could be a nice platoon partner for Zach Wheat. But he's a hitter driven by contact that hasn't hit for contact in a while. So maybe that's not such a good fit. Everett Scott power covered. And he does play 3 outfield positions fairly well. I'm just concerned about his contact. So far, Rigger seems like the best choice. I could get Paskert back. Nope. Maybe you're the answer. You've got really good gap power, and you hit for a decent contact. You've got a pretty decent career track record of hitting in the majors. You're not like my favorite hitter of all time, but I think for the job I have in mind, I think you'd be a reasonably good fit. What if I set him to available? He really likes the trade. Would you give me high pockets, Kelly? I'm sure you won't. I mean, I could trade, like, Charlie Deal to get high pockets, Kelly. But no, I don't think Kelly's that much better than Sayer. Or is he? Is this one of these deals I'd be stupid to pass up? I wonder. You know what? I've got a couple. What if I added Bunny Brief? Obviously. But more importantly, and Red Oldham. It does expand my list. You know what? Let me add Jesse Barnes to this. I will actually trade a guy like Jesse Barnes. No, that doesn't move the needle enough. Damn it. I got a bunch of other outfielders, don't I? What if I offered you Gilhooey? You like Gilhooey a lot. Okay, here's what I'm getting for this deal. And I like Gilhooey, actually. Can I keep him? And just trade a backup somewhere? No, I really can't. Okay. So here's what I'm trading. Let's be clear on this before I actually pull the trigger. I am trading a backup outfielder who hasn't hit in 3 years. A backup outfielder who has hit in limited playing time. And a possible starting caliber outfielder that's just never had an opportunity. In exchange, I am getting a good veteran player right now that can fill the left field spot. I'm getting one of the best power prospects in the minor leagues. But that would leave me shorthanded in the outfield. Who's have in the outfield right now? If I trade Gilhooey, Chris, and Dalton, I'll only have my starters. You know what? I'll just make this trade. I'm not gonna question that. It's not worth fighting about. Alright. Because Zach Wheat is having such a miserably terrible year hitting left-handed, I'm gonna bench him against lefties. I'm gonna go ahead and slide in Briss Lord. And even though I don't think he's the best possible cleanup hitter, I also don't know who else I would put there. Jackson's actually a pretty good power hitter. I might want to consider pushing him lower in the lineup, too. I am happy with this arrangement. Even the game is recognizing that Zach Wheat can't hit against lefties anymore. That's fine. I'm pleased with this. And let me quickly switch to right-handed pitching just so we can get Lord on the depth chart. There you go. Right. Excellent work. Losing a reliever sucks, but it's not gonna cause me too much consternation. Let's go ahead and call Wilbur Cooper back up. And you can just do middle relief, I guess. Look at Vic Sayer. My patience is being rewarded. You like to see it. Yeah, look at this. He's starting to open up. He's starting to hit a lot better. Can I just tell you that if you had said, Avindian, please tell me who your best starter is going to be this season, I never would have picked Stan Kovaleski. You've been straight fire, my guy. Damn fine work. I'm going to add you to the roster, Bender, but I don't think I'm going to put you back in the rotation because Scott's kind of gotten his shit together. You can be emergency starter or long relief. Charlie, your fucking timing sucks donkey balls. I don't approve of that. I don't approve of this injury right now. I mean, I can play Cassidy. I can play Orr. Orr's probably the best hitter of my backup infielders. Alright, I'm going to call up Pachis just so that we have another third baseman, but I'm going to immediately go ahead and put a deal on the DL, and I'm going to go ahead and play Orr at third. And I'm going to promote everyone else over him, because I don't trust Orr to hit at all. This is a defensive move. It is nothing more, nothing less. Hey, bro, you want to give him some chances to play? I don't even care. Go for it. We'll committee third base for the rest of the season. We want a pennant. So I have to ask myself, what went right for us this season that hasn't gone right the last couple of seasons? Why were the Yankees so mediocre? Like, I mean, Ty Cobb went from being megastar to merely okay. Eddie Collins Sr. had a bad year. Fred Snodgrass had an okay year. Aw, Wally Pipp on the Yankees. You love to see it. Their lineup is actually kind of trash now. Like, second base is bad. Catcher is not good. Their pitching staff is decent, but yeah, interesting. But I don't really care because we won the pennant. Which probably is what will get me to save my job. If I save my job. Because let's be honest, there's no guarantees. Okay, what the hell did you do with Everett Scott? Oh, hell no. I'm not removing my starting shortstop from the roster. That's just silly. Who on this team? You know what? Pecos and Lord, you both make the roster. Wait, really? Injury replacement must have been part of the organization prior to roster expansion. Oh, that's rough. And the only reason I can't put Lord on the roster is because of a very, very stupid rule. Which doesn't make sense because it didn't actually exist in the majors at the time, which is namely the fact that in the majors, when they do expansion, it comes after the trade deadline, but here it's before. And so I'm basically screwed out of having Lord on my roster. That does not please me, game. That doesn't please me at all. I guess we'll put Red Oldham on the freaking roster just because someone's got to go there. Everett Scott is back where he was. And give me the depth chart. And yeah, Zach Wheat, you get your spot back. I'm not happy about that, but I'm hoping that you will do alright. Let's take a look at how the team did before we even start the World Series, just so I can bask for a short time. Okay, Heine Zimmerman played out of his damn mind. Like, if you had said, Avi, your best player by far is going to be your second baseman, who's going to have an MVP caliber season, I would have been like, all right, bro, whatever you say, but holy shit. Like, this was an excellent player who's had a great career, who just said, I get to play for Boston. I want to be better at everything. Sam Rice. I don't know what else to say about Sam Rice other than what a commenter pointed out, which is that this was highway bloody robbery in the fourth round. This is absolute highway robbery. That we got a player of this magnitude and this caliber that late in the draft. Jack Smith had a very fine rookie season. Very fine indeed. I do think he's ill-suited to being our leadoff guy, especially given his power. I kind of like to bump him lower in the lineup to let him take advantage of that power next season. Everett Scott had a very good rookie year as well. He wasn't a great hitter, but that's not his job. His job is to be an adequate hitter. And I think adequate explains it. Ray Schalk had a down year, but that didn't really stop him from producing the highest WAR of his career, so I'll take that. Look at Vic Sayer, my friends. I was so close to giving up on him so many times. Now, was this like the greatest offensive season in history? Of course it's not. But this is very much the season of a player who wants to have staying power. And all he's got to do is start making more of these clear the fences. I mean, 11 home runs is a lot for this series, for this time in history. And pulling Zach Wheat out of the lineup against lefties, I think, has helped a little bit. But I also think that Wheat needs to be replaced in the near future. So I'm going to start looking for that in the draft. Overall, though, an excellent offensive season. But let's give the props where they belong, right? Who won us the pennant? This motherfucking pitching staff. It's Stan Kovaleski being like, I want to be Rookie of the Year, please. Although I don't think he actually can be. I don't think he's eligible. It's Orville Overall leading the league in ERA. Again. Although he did miss several starts, we were able to absorb that. It's Eddie Saccott having the best season of his career. in terms of WAR, despite being taken out of the rotation briefly. It's Urban Shocker and his excellent debut year in the majors. Now, I genuinely believe Everett Scott probably has a better chance of winning Rookie of the Year, but this is a very good rotation. And let's not leave somebody out. Let's not leave out Chief Bender. We said, I need an experienced fifth starter, and that's exactly what I got. I don't think we'll keep him. I think we'll probably trade him in the offseason. But you know what? I need someone to throw a bunch of innings and not embarrass himself, and that's exactly what he did. All right. But let's see how this ends. Let's see how this ends. Plus, it's also against the Pirates. You know, the team that we led before the Red Sox and built into a powerhouse. Overall got it done. An overall excellent performance. Another victory. Oof. Sakat got lit up. If anyone was going to get lit up, it was going to be him. Kovaleski struggles. Come on, guys. Mr. Shocker. Do it. Yes! Oh, World Series glory. World Series glory. Look at that sexy batting line by Sam Rice. We had no home runs all series. That's kind of yikes. Doug Baird hit more home runs than the rest of my team put together. But man, overall was sensational. Shocker got it done when it counted. Eddie Sakat got his brains hammered. Where's Kovaleski? Yeah, Kovaleski had a perfectly fine pitching performance. It just wasn't quite good enough. There we go, my friends. There we go. A world championship for the Boston Red Sox in 1916. What a season. What a season. I get a new contract. Good stuff, my friends. Very good stuff. We're going to promote Sam Weaver to being our Major League pitching coach. Jim Manning gets promoted to being my AAA pitching coach. And I think we just hired 2 new pitching coaches. John Hollison and Zeke Wilson. Someone nice and young. So there we go. Oh, we did it. We absolutely did it, my dear friends. We crushed it. So one of the things I think I want to start doing with this franchise is I know I've been doing 2 seasons an episode. I think I'm going to dial that back to 1 for now. Just because now that I'm doing 4 videos a week again, I want to spend a little bit less time on this particular video. And you're still going to get the same content. You're just going to get a tiny bit less of it. And I also think there's more interesting things for us to do now because the minor leagues are deeper, which means I can trade more. And we can see how that turns out for us. One unsung hero. because he finished the year on the disabled list, the injured list. Sorry, Charlie Deal really solidified third base for us. He really did. All right, friends. Give me all of the awards. Not me personally, but I'll be honest. I expect us to win the MVP. I expect to win Manager of the Year. And I think there's a great chance that Everett Scott or Urban Shocker walk away with Rookie of the Year. Might even get Reliever of the Year, too. But I don't care about that one as much. Who the hell is King Bader? Who even is this guy? Wait, he retired from professional baseball and then just showed up on my roster? Alright. Like, you can retire as much as you want to, but that's a very strange thing. Another Gold Glove for Sakat and one for Ray Schalk. Very nice. Yeah, if you're getting Gold Gloves, I can easily handle league average production out of you. Oh, it's a second one. Nice. Hasn't Sakat won 3 now? Yeah. Cool story, bro. Are you offering an awful relief pitcher for half of my system? No, you're offering a god-awful relief pitcher for half of my system. What is wrong with you, Chicago? Ooh, Charles Bender. Chief Bender was my home run guy. Heine Zimmerman, of course, Silver Slugger. Naturally. Nobody else is fine, but Stuffy McInnes. Sayer's coming for you. I'm Manager of the Year. Kovaleski won Cy Young? What? Like, I get it that he led the league in wins, but other than that, I didn't think he was that exceptional. But, yeah, all right. Zimmerman was unanimous MVP. As he ought to have been, to be honest with you. Boston, ooh, Sam Rice finished 3rd. That is awfully sexy. What an off-season. Oh, Giants. Like, I couldn't care less about Joe Lake. I don't even want Joe Lake. But Mike Minoski, that's a very different kettle of fish. All right, let's talk this out. I'm not going to give you Zach Wheat, but I also don't want Joe Lake. What's going to take just for Minoski? I really like Gil Huey. I do. You'll do it for Jim Scott? Really? Fuck yeah. Done. That is such an obvious move. That was easy. I mean, Minoski's going to need a platoon player at some point, but there's no rush to put him in the majors either. I can let him develop in AAA and then just activate him when I'm good and ready. Yeah, easy call. Ridiculously easy call. I will happily let him develop into a premier left fielder ready to take over for Zach Wheat in a year or two. Nope. You guys want Zach Wheat, you're going to have to impress me. Okay, game. I'm not emptying out my freaking farm system for a relief pitcher. I'll tell you what I will give you for him. You can have less Hennessy. And Dolly Stark. There. That is a fair deal. And I am more than pleased to have a pitcher like Marty McHale on the team. He'd be one of our best relievers already. Oh, he used to actually pitch for Boston. What did I trade him for? Oh, that was this huge trade. Yeah, okay. Well, welcome back, buddy. Welcome back. Ballot casting, yay. I'm gonna look for the obvious ones first. Cupid Childs, yes. George Davis, yes, with an exclamation point. Bad Bill Dolan, definite yes. We don't have an embarrassingly amazing starter for the first time in a while. Starting pitcher, sorry. Billy Nash, yes. I'll happily take that deal. Rip Van Haltren, no. I don't care if he is close to 300 wins. I'm not that impressed by him. I'm just not. Kip Selbach? I could go for that. I could really go for Kip Selbach. Do it. John McGraw, absolutely. Absolutely. Bug Holiday, I'm not going to complain about that at all. I think he's relatively high ranked on the all-time leaderboard for home runs. Nobody else here really gets my motor running. His name is the Little Globetrotter. How can you turn down Billy Earl? Or Jack Doyle for that reason. Yep, that's good. Submit the offer. Not the offer, the thing. There's not a lot of elite players in this draft. Ross Youngs did make the Hall of Fame, but he didn't remotely deserve it. We're thinking of Ross Youngers. No, it was Ross Youngs, and I guess he kind of deserved it, at least a little bit. But yeah, he won because, again, he was on those great Giants teams with John McGraw. Charlie Grimm? Why do I know your name? Huh. Oh, from the University of Illinois. Nice. That's where I got my MA from. Yeah, this isn't the greatest of drafts, which is fine because it means we can draft someone that's a little bit more raw and let them develop. And I like how the Pirates still had a better season than we did. So I actually get to keep. So I get the second to worst pick instead of just the worst pick. Alright, let's do it. Start that draft. Yeah, this is an extremely average draft. Which is totally fine. We're only going to be drafting for depth anyway. Alright. We have Vic Aldridge as an option. You know what? I kind of like Mr. Risberg here. He's going to be a reasonably good hitter at one of 3 different positions. And he's very polished. So I'm going to go ahead and take Mr. Risberg here. Go ahead and give me Rasty, right? He's a knuckleballer. How can you say no? And Elmer Ponder. And let's see if we can get lucky again. Nah, we can't. That's fine. Game, go ahead and pick whoever your heart desires. Because I can't really be bothered to get too aggressive there. I got my first round draft pick when I traded 2 mediocre jerks for a starting left fielder. What do we got in terms of Rule 5? Am I going to lose anybody important? Nope. We shan't. Okay, then. You know what? I wouldn't mind picking up a couple of other players in the Rule 5. But I don't know particularly who I'd want. Is the thing. Mr. Sayer, I wouldn't mind finding a first baseman to platoon with you. Unless you had actually fairly well against lefties this year, which maybe you did. You know what? Other than 1914, you haven't been bad against lefties. You've actually held your own. You've actually been better against lefties a couple of times. So yeah, I'm just going to leave you alone. I'm not going to platoon you. I would not mind another infielder. So we're going to take a look at the Rule 5 and maybe try to grab a veteran infielder. Bill Stumpf is actually pretty terrible. Like, I know that he looks decent, but his errors are just way too high. Charlie Miller's a good defensive shortstop, but he's got nothing else to show for it. Yeah. There's nobody here to get excited about. I'm just going to go ahead and complete it. Are you kidding me? Oh, never mind. Okay. I was like, my brain was like, what? But he's also 42 at this point. Okay. I like how he was very briefly with the Pirates, and now he's not. Like, very, very briefly, he was with the team he was always meant to be. Yeah, you retired and then ended up randomly on the Pirates roster. What is going on with that? I don't know why that keeps happening. I mean, Honus Wagner is still the best shortstop to play Major League Baseball up to this point. Although it is arguable that George Davis might have been slightly better. All right. Billy Earl made the Hall of Fame as he deserved. So did George Davis. What idiot didn't vote for Davis? Like, this is like one vote, right? Did I not vote for Keeler? Surely I did, didn't I? Or did I just miss him again? I do go through the Hall of Famers kind of fast. But yeah, the guy got hit 3,000 hits. No way I wouldn't vote for him. George Davis was actually slightly better than Honus Wagner. Honus Wagner has a mere 140 WAR, and he has 154. What a freaking scrub. Hey, Billy Earl retired with a Boston cap. You know what? He did play for us for a couple of seasons. Nice. Right. Preseason begins. You increased my budget, which does remind me. Gimme that thick budget increase. There we go. I don't want either of those players. Stop offering me Joe Lake. There we go. Eddie Scott's movement got better. Sayer's power got better. Let's go up to spring training because really nothing else I want to do. And you want me to make the playoffs again? You want me to get an all-star? You want me to get better at on-base percentage and increase attendance? I don't know why our attendance is so bad. Very curious. Oh well. Spring training wise, Barnes deserves a shot. And he's better than Chief Bender. So if I needed a fifth starter, I would probably pick Barnes. And I don't think anybody else really needs to go right to the majors. Go ahead and bench coach all the things. bench coach every last thing. And then I'm just going to go ahead and sim through spring training. And then what I'm going to do next episode is I'm actually going to start off with paring down the roster. That's a good exercise for me because then I won't forget what I have or haven't done. Plus, it gives us a little bit of interesting things to deal with in the beginning here. Oh no, he's like 0.1% worse the year after he won the MVP. I'm so heartbroken. All right. So next episode, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to trim the 40-man roster down to 25. We're going to make some interesting choices, and then we will go from there. Until next time, though, this has been Evendian. Thank you very much for watching. And until next time, I bid you good day.